This is the weekly weather briefing for Monday, October 20th. Overview. We're looking at a wet and active storm pattern this week. For today into Tuesday, a slow-moving cold front passage. Wednesday and Thursday, we will be much wetter as an atmospheric river sets up across the region. Friday into Saturday, we see another wet storm system arrived, although there is more uncertainty with this system. And then as we go into early next week, we have the potential for another very wet storm system arriving. Our satellite overview for the region, earlier today, we have a cold front that's set up over the Cascade Mountains. This has delivered some rain across this area. Can expect up to 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch or so across these areas. Then as that cold front moves east of the Cascades tonight, moving into extreme eastern Washington to the Panhandle, best chances for precipitation will be across extreme southeast Washington into the central Panhandle Mountains, where approximately 1/4 of an inch or so of precipitation could be expected. Looking at the satellite over the entire Pacific Ocean, this image here we're looking at water vapor. The green areas are higher moisture content areas, especially where we see these pinks colors in the subtropics and tropics. So a few features to note: low pressure in the Gulf of Alaska with this band of higher moisture content extending all the way out into the subtropics, where we see this cluster of thunderstorms. These thunderstorms are producing very high moisture content into the upper atmosphere that will get entrained into the jet stream and impact our region for the middle portion of the week. Also, Hurricane Anna, or the remnants of Hurricane Anna, which is now a tropical storm, will also be a player for late in the weekend into early next week. Okay, this is a model depiction of the moisture transport. So this is looking for that Wednesday to Thursday period. You see that atmospheric river extending way out into the eastern Pacific will be directed into the region. This is something of concern for some heavy rainfall amounts with quite a bit of moisture directed into the region for an extended period of time, potentially up to 36 to 48 hours. So how much precipitation can we be expecting? This is a 48-hour total, or a forecasted 48-hour total. The east slopes of the Cascades can see anywhere between 1 to 3 inches. The Okanagan Highlands over to the northern Panhandle expected to see 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches, with higher amounts possible in the mountains. And then the central Panhandle Mountains we'll see somewhere between 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch or so, and the Greater Basin closer to 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. So the main impacts that we are concerned with will be for the potential for some flooding, and really where we have our most concern is for the burn-scarred areas along the east slopes of the Cascades. We're not expecting high-intensity rainfall that you would get from a thunderstorm, but a long-duration rainfall event could pose some problems, since rainfall usually does not soak into the ground as easily in the burn scars and can run off quite rapidly. So there will be a potential for some small stream type flooding, and also debris and mud flows mainly around the burn scar areas. Okay, going out a little bit further into time, for Friday night we'll have another system impact the region, mainly Friday night into Saturday. So more moisture moving up to the area. This will give us another shot at some rain. Hurricane, or the remnants of Hurricane Anna, will start to get entrained into the jet stream. And then by Sunday night, another low pressure system will begin to bring that moisture into the region. And this could be a very wet system as we go into early next week. The 8 to 14 day outlook, there's a higher chance for above average temperatures, and also a higher chance for above average precipitation. In summary, we're looking at quite a few storm systems impact the region. one for the rest of today to tonight, where some light rainfall amounts are expected, and then we turn much wetter as we go into the middle of the week, with another storm system for Friday night into Saturday, and another potentially wet system for early next week. Rainfall over the Cascades will be a concern for some debris flows, mudslides, that type of thing, mainly near the recent bird scars. And then also some high elevation snow can be expected as well, above 6,000 feet.